As music producers, you love making music and sitting in the studio for hours and hours and hours. As a DJ, you love playing gigs, whether they're big gigs, they're bar gigs, they're festival gigs, club shows, or even live streams or YouTube mix series from home. As producers and DJs, you know you need to grow on social media. You want followers, you want likes and comments, and essentially you want more people listening to your music and yourselves, and grow as fast as possible. Everyone has these goals, but it's only a select few DJs or producers are able to end up actually growing. I'm working with hundreds of DJs over the last few years. I see the same mistakes being made. I'm going to walk through these today so you can make a plan to avoid them and hit your goals and grow. Hey, I'm Graham. I run the Dance Music Authority Data Transmission, where I've been growing our channels and my own channels to get hundreds of thousands of followers across all the platforms we use. I work with hundreds of artists in my program, The Artist Blueprint, to help them grow their accounts as well. I'm truly obsessed with social media in dance music, and I've got 7 things that the top 5% do on their social media that you need to do to grow this year. Number 1, audience. Understand you're posting for your audience. It's the viewer that watches and consumes your content. They are the ones that decide whether it's good or bad, and if they like it or they dislike it. So imagine you're playing a gig and the people that are there are dancing to the records that you're playing and are into them. Now imagine taking a still of that audience and looking at the demographics of them. Are they 18 to 35? What are they wearing? Are the audience your own age? Maybe they live on a certain social media. Spending most of your time on that platform will be more beneficial to you. Knowing where that audience is and where that audience spends most of their attention is going to help you grow on social media. All of the big artists will have a team working out these things for them. But if you think about it, it's similar things to you. Firstly, you want to find fans that have similar music tastes to you. So when you have no releases or content, shout about music you're into. Get people into the same records that you're listening to and loving. Number 2, consuming content. Now you know where your audience is and who your audience is. It's about spending loads of time consuming content, what works, what people are reacting to, and how long that content is. Spending time studying other artists' content in your genre. What's working for them? What's good and what's not? What size is the content? Does it need to go on a short form platform and therefore need to be filmed vertically? Or is your audience on a platform that needs your content to be filmed horizontally, that needs to be longer? Actually download other artists' content, especially if it's on TikTok or Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts. You can actually download their content using a free download. If you search on Google, download whatever platform it is, you'll find a way to download their content. Download it, drop it into your own version of CapCut, which is a free video editing app that we use. Put that content into that app and then just see where things happen along the timeline and use it as a reference piece of content like you would do in music. For my DJs that haven't started production yet, in music production, if you use a reference track in your DAW, essentially you take a track that you really, really like and there's one that's in your genre and you look at where things happen in that track, where the drums happen, where the drops happen, where the vocal comes in, if there's little stabs, if there's little extra things. You look at all these points and use them as reference for making your own music and then essentially add your own sounds. But you can do this in content as well. Download someone's content, see what happens at 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, and so forth. Ask yourself, what did I like? What didn't I enjoy? Because if there's things that you don't like, others might feel the same, and you can then leave those parts out of your content and then make the content even more punchy and therefore the watch time higher. Number 3, not posting. You don't need to have all the latest equipment. You don't need to have the lights, the biggest cameras, the best audio interfaces. You don't need to have the best decks. You can have controllers. You don't even need to tidy your room. I've seen a piece of content recently that contradicts all of this, and the rooms are a mess. They're on a basic controller, and it's a killer piece of content, and it's getting hundreds of thousands of views. Just get started when it comes to content. Start making something. Get posting, monitor the results. You might get some good results. You'll definitely get some bad results. It's about constantly seeing what the audience likes, what resonates with them, learning what they like, and then what gets reach, and then making tweaks for your next piece of content. I bet there's loads of you sat there with content on your phones you've thought about putting out, but haven't. Get that content out. You're probably too scared to post. You might get worried about what gets said. Honestly, forget all that. You'll find your audience and you'll find your people that resonates with you and your music. People will always hate and people will always moan. People will always post negatively. Just delete them, block them, and move on and find your people. Number 4, posting the wrong piece of content on the wrong part of the platform. When you're learning about content, you need to learn about which part of the platform the content needs to go on. Not every post needs to be an Instagram reel. Some posts are better as carousels. Not every YouTube channel needs to have shorts. Make sure your content you're making fits that space and fits the platform. Make sure it looks good, but ultimately make sure it sounds good. Number 5, consistency. Now you're planning your content out and making your content, you can set a frequency so you can keep your consistency. If you have an idea, film 4 to 5 pieces all in one go and then put them out over the next 4 weeks on the same day and keep that consistency so you have regular content. Don't just fire them off over 5 days and then have nothing. If you need some ideas for content, then I've created a 30-day free training to help you plan your content out for 30 days as DJs and producers. And I've linked to that in the description and in the first comment. This will help you you build a whole month's worth of content for things like releases and gigs and podcasts and radio shows. But if you start with 1 post a week, then go to 2, then go to 3, this will keep your consistency going. Get used to making content. It will take time. It will also be a pain, and you'll end up redoing some of it. Trust me. Number 6, inconsistency. Building out slowly, as I said, will stop you from posting infrequently. It'll also stop you then thinking, I need to post on social media, or I'd better post something on social media now, hadn't I? Or only posting when you have releases or gigs. You'll build out a strategy that works when you have no gigs and you have nothing to talk about. You'll still have content when you have no releases. But by keeping that consistency of content, you'll learn what works. You'll get some outliers maybe that'll grow beyond your current reach, and you'll build up those regular numbers of consistency. And the numbers will improve and increase and increase, and it'll get better and better and better. And if you need help with any social media, from Spotify to SoundCloud to YouTube to Instagram, as DJs and producers, that's what I do on this channel. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel before you end this video and become part of our channel family. Number 7, posting and ghosting. The big one, posting and therefore leaving the platform, i.e. ghosting. Not replying to comments, not trying to build them into conversations and then take them into further so it actually extends the reach of your posts, not interacting with other people on the platform and therefore creating connections and social connections with other people. And to grow on social media, you need to be involved in the conversations on social media, being social on the network and using all the features including chat and DMs. So make sure you use the platforms and don't just disappear. Which platform is your main focus? I'd love to know in the comments. Drop me the words TikTok, Instagram, SoundCloud, YouTube, or tell me which ones are your platforms, your favorites in the comments. I'd love to know. Okay, now we know what to do to get into the top 5% of content creators on any social media platform. Do you want to know how to build 100 pieces of content in one day as DJs and producers? Well, I've created a video that does exactly that and teaches exactly how to do that. So go and check out that video next. Before you click over there, again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like this video if you've enjoyed it. Drop me a comment if you really enjoyed it. And I'll see you over in this video. I've been Graham Farmer. I'll see you in the next one. Cheerio. I'll see you over there. Bye-bye.